Hey there. Welcome to the deep dive. You sent over a ton of news this week, and wow, AI is everywhere.
It is, and it's moving so fast, too. It really does feel like things are changing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with this quantum apocalypse headline. What is going on with that? Researchers in Shanghai say they used a quantum computer to break encryption. Like, should we be worried?
Well, a quantum computer is kind of like a super-powered code breaker. It uses quantum mechanics to solve problems that would take regular computers like forever. And yeah, this research says they cracked a popular encryption method, like the kind that protects our online banking and stuff.
Okay, so how worried should we be? Is this like a real apocalypse situation?
It's important to remember that this research hasn't been independently verified yet, and they used a very specific quantum computer and algorithm. But still, it shows how powerful quantum computing is getting. And it definitely exposes some vulnerabilities, I think. It's a wake-up call, you know? For organizations to start taking quantum-resistant security more seriously.
Got it. So maybe not apocalypse now, but something to watch. Okay, moving on to robots. This torso robot by Clone Robotics is giving me serious Westworld vibes. It looks so lifelike, like right down to the bones.
Yeah, they really nailed the human anatomy, the lungs, the pelvis. It all moves so naturally. It makes you think, where is robotics going? And how comfortable are we with machines that look and move like us?
Yeah, it's a bit freaky, honestly. Okay, moving on from the robot existential crisis, let's talk about AI and art. There are so many new tools and updates. Canva's Dreamlab Stability AI, Midjourney's new image editor. Then there's Ideogram. It's like Canva on steroids.
Seriously, it's amazing how fast these AI image generators are evolving. They're getting more powerful and easier to use. Ideogram is interesting because it blends text and images so seamlessly. Imagine the possibilities for design advertising art.
Yeah, feels like anyone can be an artist now, at least with AI's help. But it's not just the big players like Canva, Google. There's some interesting challenges emerging. Have you heard of Anthropic? They're taking a different approach to AI agent technology.
Yeah, instead of focusing on specialized tools like Microsoft's Copilot Anthropic wants to be more transparent, their new product actually shows you how the AI is making decisions through screenshots.
Interesting, but also a little risky, right? What if it reveals sensitive information or makes the AI easier to manipulate?
That's the thing about transparency. It can build trust, but it also raises concerns about privacy and security. Plus, there are limits. You wouldn't want to see every decision your bank makes laid out like that.
True. Some things are better left behind the curtain.
Okay.
Let's talk about this trend of reanimating photos into videos, like those celebrity reanimations that are all over social media. What do you make of that?
It's amazing what AI can do with a single image. It can create these realistic videos, bringing historical figures and everyday people to life.
Yeah. It's kind of creepy, but also fascinating.
Yeah.
Meta is even working on smaller language models that can run on phones. So soon we might be creating these reanimations on the go.
Right. The tech is becoming so accessible, which is exciting, but also a little scary. Think about deepfakes and the potential for misuse.
Yeah. Seeing is no longer believing. So, speaking of big tech, the UK is investigating Google's market dominance and their investment in Anthropic. They're not messing around.
Right. The UK government is worried about anti-competitive practices. They say Google is using its power to limit consumer choice, like forcing phone makers to pre-install their search engine and browser.
Seems like they're trying to rein in big tech's influence. And with all this focus on Google's investment in Anthropic, it seems like AI is on their radar too.
Definitely governments are taking a more active role in shaping the tech landscape. And with AI advancing so rapidly, I think we'll see more regulation in the future.
Okay, so that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
And we've only just scratched the surface. How about we take a break and come back to this?
Yeah. It feels like every day there's something new to talk about in AI.
Right. Okay. So remember that research on the quantum apocalypse, one from China? Well, there's a geopolitical angle to consider too.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's made a lot of people in cybersecurity nervous. Some experts think this means China is way ahead in quantum computing, which could shift the balance of power.
So this could actually change international relations.
Think about it. If a country could crack the encryption that protects military and government communications, that's a big deal. Governments are definitely thinking about this.
Kind of scary, honestly. It's like a whole new era of cyber warfare.
Yeah. This research, even if it's not totally confirmed, it's a reminder of what's at stake in this race for quantum supremacy.
Right. It makes you wonder if the US government's push for more AI experiments is because they're worried about falling behind China.
Maybe. The White House definitely sees AI as important for national security and the economy. They know that falling behind could have serious consequences.
Yeah, okay. Let's switch gears for a minute. Yeah. Remember those AI videos of celebrities and historical figures? The ones that make them move. The tech behind that is amazing.
It is. But like with any technology, there's always another side to it.
Exactly right. What do you think about the ethical implications of this kind of AI?
It's a big question, and we can't ignore it. Think about deepfakes and how they can be used to spread lies or hurt people's reputations.
Yeah, it's like opening Pandora's box once it's out there. It's hard to control.
That's why we need to talk about these ethical questions and come up with ways to prevent misuse. It's not just about the tech itself, but also how we use it as a society.
Right. And remember that prediction we talked about? The one that said AI could be creating 90% of online content by 2026? If that happens, how will we know what's real anymore?
That's a real concern. As AI gets better, it'll be harder to tell what's real and what's fake. We're already seeing deepfakes and other AI-generated misinformation. It's hurting our trust in information and institutions.
It's like we're headed for a world where truth doesn't matter anymore.
It's a worrying thought. We need to develop our critical thinking skills and learn how to spot fake information. It's going to be crucial in this new digital world.
So it's not just about understanding AI, but also understanding how it can be used for good and bad, and how to tell the truth from lies online.
Exactly. It's a big challenge, and we need to approach it from all sides.
Okay, so on a lighter note, remember Apple's Vision Pro headset. It looks like it's not selling as well as they hoped.
Yeah, there are reports that they're cutting back production. It seems they might have thought more people would buy it. Maybe the price is too high, or maybe people aren't convinced they need a headset yet.
Yeah, even Apple can get it wrong sometimes.
For sure. Any new technology has to be affordable, accessible, and people need to see its value. Apple might need to rethink their strategy.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. But even though the Vision Pro isn't a hit, yet Apple is still putting AI into their other products, like Siri. Now it uses ChatGPT.
That's a big move. It shows that Apple is serious about using AI to make their products better. Siri with ChatGPT could be more helpful and fun to use.
It seems like the AI race isn't just about building the most advanced AI.
Yeah.
It's also about making AI useful for everyday life.
Exactly. The winners will be those who figure out how to use AI to solve real problems and make people's lives better.
Problems that matter.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about something exciting for the open source community. Mochi One, this new video generation model.
Mochi One is a great example of how open source collaboration can lead to amazing things. Making it open source allows anyone to use and build on the code. It's democratizing AI technology.
It's different from companies like OpenAI, which tend to be more secretive about their AI.
Yeah, there are arguments for both approaches. OpenAI says keeping their models closed prevents misuse, but open source supporters say open access leads to more innovation and transparency.
It's an interesting debate, and it'll probably continue as AI gets more powerful. But no matter what, the open source community is doing incredible work with AI, and Mochi One is proof of that.
Imagine using this tech to create movie effects, or realistic simulations, or even new video games. The possibilities are huge.
Okay. And now for something completely different. Elon Musk, he just released the Grok API, so now developers can use it in their own products.
We don't know much about Grok yet, but knowing Musk, it's probably something groundbreaking. He's good at getting people's attention.
Yeah, he's all about the hype. But he also delivers on his promises. It'll be interesting to see what Grok can do.
One thing that makes Grok different is its sense of humor. Musk says it's designed to be funny and entertaining. That could change how we interact with AI.
A chatbot that tells jokes. That's a cool idea. It shows that AI doesn't have to be serious and boring. It can be fun, too.
Exactly. AI can be a reflection of ourselves, including our creativity and humor.
Okay, back to Days, that new messaging app for Gen Z. They're really onto something with this.
Days shows how AI can be used for self-expression. It focuses on visual communication and uses AI for things like image generation and style transfer. And that's really appealing to younger users.
It's like a digital mood board where people can express themselves through images and videos and text, and it's all powered by AI.
It's more immersive and engaging than just texting. It's part of a larger trend of visual storytelling.
It makes you wonder if this is the future of social media, a more visual and personalized experience driven by AI.
It could be. As AI evolves, we'll see more platforms that use it to make communication and self-expression more creative. The lines between social media entertainment and art are blurring, and AI is right at the center of that.
It's an exciting time. And a little overwhelming, too. It's amazing to see how fast AI is changing everything. We've only just started to explore what it can do, and who knows where it'll take us next.
For sure. One thing's for certain, though. AI is here to stay, and it's going to have a huge impact on our world.
Okay, before we get too lost in the future, Let's take a moment to think about what we've learned and what it all means. We'll be back soon to wrap up this deep dive. Stay with us. Wow. Okay, so we covered a lot of ground there. It's incredible how fast AI is advancing. I'm excited, but also a little nervous. What are your biggest takeaways?
Yeah, the speed is definitely what stands out. It's not just the breakthroughs themselves, but how quickly they're happening. AI is becoming a part of our lives, whether we're ready or not.
Right, and that brings up the question of responsibility. How do we make sure AI is used ethically, for good and not for bad?
It's a huge question, and I don't think there's an easy answer. It's going to take everyone working together, technologists, policymakers, ethicists. We need to have open and honest conversations about AI as a society.
So it's not just about the tech itself. It's about the choices we make about how we use it.
Exactly. The decisions we make now about AI will have a lasting impact. So we need to be careful, and we need to include everyone in the conversation.
I like that. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with a sense of awe and a little bit of caution. AI has the potential to change the world for the better, but it also comes with risks. We need to be aware of both.
I agree. We need to be realistic about the potential and the dangers. It's a balancing act.
So for our listeners out there, the future of AI is in our hands. It's up to us to shape it. So stay informed, stay engaged, and keep asking questions, because the future is what we make it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI. We'll see you next time.